Hi everyone, my name is Daisy and I'm here to tell you something that I have discovered, something very important about my own life. The therapist said I have to tell everything and don't save it just for myself, okay? And then life is being very clear with me. It's basically saying, sweetheart, maybe the therapist isn't your support, okay? And I have discovered that the worth way, okay? Because I had this therapist. Then she said many things that I have to stop uh, just saving the informations for me and talk about my problems, okay? But I walked with one problem. I end up a relationship and I was with just one problem, just one. I was just one problem. 10 years later, I was still in a therapy and I walked out with a thousand of problems. I went sad because of the breakup. 10 years later, I find out I had prenatal trauma, I have a generational conflict, I have a systemic patterns, I have emotional blockades, and a possibility of unresolved medieval energy problem. Yeah, and I was like, okay, ma'am, I just argued with my boyfriend. Yeah, and then she goes, but did you really argue? Or is this a manifestation of your ancestral trauma? Ancestral trauma? What? What are you talking about? My grandma baked bread and gossipy all the time, and that's the lineage. That's the way it is. There's no patterns to break it. I should have known that before, but I let she talk and I was listening everything the therapist was saying to me, and I was just thinking about that all the time. And then I had another therapist, and then she was the queen of the questioning, and then I would go very confident for her, and then I said, I'm gonna make a decision and I'm going to do this, exactly this. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm decided. And then she come like, are you sure you're gonna do that? But is that right for you? Are you sure you should do that? Can you do that? Should you do? Are you really going to allow that to do in your life? And she started questioning me everything. And then I left it every session like, okay, so, oh my God, do I am allowed to breathe, or should I reflect on that first? Hard to breathe. Should I think about it? She made me insecure. Maybe I am, but she didn't change nothing. And I will always be the same way I am. Don't try to change the patterns and the way I am. It's on my soul. But she was confident. She was ordering. Ice cream was harder for me. Okay, vanilla? No, maybe vanilla is aligned with your inner truth. Yeah, that's what happens. Okay. And then there was one therapist, psychologist, all of them. And then she told me I need to break family patterns. Well, they don't say it, but they try to do that all the time because they think there's something wrong with you because you're parents. And then she said, you are the black sheep of your family. You know that? You were born to break generations of cycles. That's a gift for you. She made me think that was a gift. And then 10 years later was like, breaking what pattern she wanted. My family pattern is work hard, pay bills, complain about politics, and complain about the husbands. I was happy in my relationship. Did it solve my problems? Yeah, just like Wi-Fi, they unstable all the time. You can't fix it. But she questioned me too much. Then I thought, well, maybe something wrong about it. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't a therapist for a long 10 years. Things good was happen. But if I get in there insecure, I get out even more insecure because she asking me all the time questions. And they can't decide it for me. But if I make a decision based on what her helping me, she almost influenced me to break up with a boyfriend, asking me like, are you sure you're gonna support that? Are you sure people can do that with you? And what you should do about that? And if I broke up, I cannot put the fault on her because the human being is responsible for his own decisions. Okay, I make my decision. I broke up. I broke up exactly the way she was guiding me to do it. And you know what? Listen to me. That's a nice story. I broke up, and now guess who is dating with him? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I broke up the pattern, and she keep the package. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got sad. The therapist called me to know how I am. No, if I have a problem, I have to pay. They survive by the problems. They don't want we to solve our own problems because they don't get paid if we don't have a problem for them resolve. Now, I want to talk about something better, about nutrition. I'm a dietitian and I have been fat for a long time, and I have a lot of things that I want you to enjoy with me, that I want to talk with you. The therapist said, you got to talk about your problems, because if you don't talk, if you don't put out your problems, you're going to keep gain weight. You're going to be eating your problems. You're going to be protecting your healthy, your mind with food. That's not real protection. Okay, so she might get happy now that I am like that talking. Okay, so I'm a dietitian, right? I have been in Harvard studying happiness and good life in Harvard. I have been on master degree studying about healthy. I'm a public functionary on a federal law. So I have been doing a lot of things, and all I know is like I don't want nobody else tell me what to do. So if I'm doing right or if I'm doing wrong, that's me. That's what I'm talking. That's what I want to talk. I could talk in my own language for my own people, but no, I normally do hard things. Normally I always do hard things. So I'm trying to do my best in English, and I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy. I hope you share too. And I want to talk about lose weight now. Okay, that's the point. I love peoples. I just love peoples. I think peoples are amazing. Okay, I think God's perfect and he made human beings. But the problem about the human beings is because they don't cooperate. Human beings don't cooperate to be loved. I do that on my own. And people said all the time, I need a reward. And they get the food. And I ask them, you want a reward for what? Because you made your true day? Because you breathe? You made each true day breathing? You want to put in for successful oxygen intake? No, you don't need the reward. Have many things that can be reward. A makeup, a jewelry, a nice video, a nice conversation, a nice friend. But my favorite moment is on Sunday night. Guess what? Sunday night, you look at like 10:37 p.m. You covered with pizza, you're on the couch, having food and feeling lazy. And then you look at it and say, okay, 10:37, tomorrow it's today I'm starting. All the time. People do that all the time. Monday, I am starting. Monday, 9 a.m., you wake up and you just put it on a story on the Instagram. Like, new life, new me. Okay, then 3 p.m., you decide, okay, maybe I should start next Monday. If that happens with you, does that sound familiar? You couldn't last 6 hours doing a diet, but you want a 6 month of organization. How are you going to do 6 months to lose real pounds in the right way with the program? Then it comes a radical phase. You get very radical to keep doing. You go empty the fridge, you throw away some chocolates, you buy like 14 heads of lettuce, chia seeds, flax seeds, psyllium, things that sounds like a Pokemon characters. You do that. And then what do you think? I'm gonna trick my stomach. Trick your stomach? Don't try to trick your stomach. Your stomach have a reason to feel hungry. Someone being tricked, that's you. You should only eat when you're hungry, not when you want a food, not when you're sad, not when you stressed. Okay? So, what about when you do a secret diet? Everybody do that sometimes. Oh, I'm on a secret diet. Nobody knows. You're the only one who knows that you're on diet. You're trying your best, but don't want to tell nobody. Only her knows about that. And then she removes all the sugar from her coffee. Oh my goodness. You have been doing that too? Okay, then you added an artificial sweetener. And then you think you cut it like 10,000 calories because of that. Yeah, you're doing your best, I know. But it's not 10,000 calories, okay? It's like 12 calories. You take it off. 12! And you think you're gonna lose weight just doing that. That happens all the time. But you know what? Mentally, a person already training for a marathon when she decided. On her mind, she's doing all this coffee thing and she's running a marathon. Yeah, I know. It's just like that. But you can think about, oh no, fat is multifactorial and, you know, it's a serious disease. We cannot play with that. Yes, it is a disease, hard to lose. But you know what? A decision is a factor too. It's an important factor. People's want shakes, people's want miracle pills, magic injections, but they don't want to confront the monster called discipline. They want to fight a trauma with cookies. Is that how you do too? Have you ever been doing that? They want to defeat anxiety, anxious, with a second plate. So if you're anxious, you just get some more food. That sounds familiar? I wish a self-esteem worked like that. It's Anita. I'm sad. Oh, I'm gonna eat a brownie. And then cure it. Crazy laughing. If you work at therapy, would be held on bakery. Okay, everybody would be fine on the bakery, on the restaurant. For a moment, it is true, but doesn't solve any trauma, any problem. Okay, and here I want to tell you what I learned. What I learned, it's not about breaking the patterns. It's not about chia seeds. It is not about pudding. Okay, it is about stopping the outsourcing of your decisions. Okay? And I want to make this decision with you. I want to be with you when you decide it. Okay? Because you don't decide if you don't decide. You know who's going to decide it for you? Someone else will decide it for you. Your therapist will decide it for you. Your boyfriend will decide it for you. The algorithm, it will decide it for you. The Uber Eats will decide it for you. Okay? And the Uber Eats always win. They win all the time. Okay. That's all I want to tell you, okay? And this is Anita. And thank you, everybody.